Hi, everybody. Before we get to another great interview, we could really use your help. IMDb, which is the entertainment database, recently named the Two Opinionated podcast one of its top 100 podcasts. This is a monumental feat for this program. We're a father and son team out of a small town in West Virginia, have been doing this for about 5 years. There's 15 million podcasts out there. About 40,000 of those get to the point that they're listed on IMDb. Out of those 40,000 out of the 15 million, we were ranked number 82. Something that we're just immensely proud of. We're so thankful for our listeners, our watchers, our fans. Thank you so, so much. If you would like to help us out, and we're asking for it, please. It's easy. It's really easy. It's free. If you go to IMDb, that's imdb.com, look up Two Opinionated Podcast, and just take a look at the page. That's all you have to do. I mean, you're welcome to look at the cast, look at the episodes so you can kind of see who's been on the program. Do whatever you want. But even just bringing up the page, imdb.com, Two Opinionated Podcast, bring up the page, look at it. That helps us so much. So please, if you can do anything, we would really appreciate that. Our YouTube channel is MeisterCon Pod. Love to have your subscription there. It's also free. And you can also check out our website, meistercon.com, where you'll find almost 700 episodes, audio and video, available on there. There's also a terrific blog from Brett, and it'll let you know anything that we have going on in studio, if we're covering a convention, if we're going on location, anything that we have going on will be on the website, meistercon.com. Thank you guys so, so much. We appreciate you so much. I can't express enough how appreciative we are of all of you. We never expected to do as well as we have, and that's all because of you. Thank you so much. Enjoy that interview. Bye, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Two Opinionated. So excited today. I've got actor, director, producer Richard Ryan with me. So welcome, Richard.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
I almost got tongue-tied going through that. I'm like, come on, man, you can say Richard.
I get tongue-tied all the time. Sometimes it just comes out as like Richard Ryan. Like they're like, what's your name? And getting tongue-tied is fun though.
I'm the worst
in the right circumstances
at pronouncing names that I'm not used to saying,
Yeah.
Richard Ryan, I should be able to get that one.
Yeah. You got it. That's what multiple takes are for.
That's right. That's right.
Unless you're theater.
My son and I started this thing 5 years ago, and we assumed that no one would watch, and so we just left everything in. Any mistake, because we had no clue what we were doing. It was awful, but we just left it all in, and somehow that helped us. It's like people were like, "Hey, these guys are really trying to get better." They stuck with us, and then
yeah. People love that. People love the messy and just the process of because it's definitely relatable.
As long as it's semi-watchable, they'll stick with you and give you time to figure out if you like what you're putting out there. If it's just terrible stuff, you're not going to do any good anyway. But they kind of hung with us, and once we figured out the technology side of it and got a little better with the equipment and stuff, we figured it out. It took us a little while.
Yeah, that's the nature of the beast. Like you just keep going through the process of whatever it is, and then organically, naturally, like you'll just start learning more stuff and doing it, getting more comfortable, and you'll just get better.
Yeah,
and that's just how it works.
That's how it works.
And it's consistency, right? And there's also a market for very terrible stuff out there too. So like sometimes we can't like overthink it, and we just gotta like tap into who we are and what you do, and then just keep doing it. If that's what makes you excited and gets the juices flowing, just go for it. There's always going to be people that gravitate towards it.
Yeah. Well, and with podcasting, consistency is it. If you're consistent, you'll build an audience. But if you're not, it's tough.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, especially now because like there's a big market for podcasts.
Oh my gosh, there's 15
million
amazing
thing. Yeah, it's incredible because there's a lot of awesome people doing amazing things, and
Yeah,
people have things to say, and people want to learn and get knowledge and reassurance that they're on the right path, or different ways how to go about things.
that's right.
And there's just a plethora amount of people that are offering information from all walks of life, all experiences, all backgrounds, that we can find relatability to to and then help us whatever we're
That's
going
right.
through, enhance what we're
That's right.
doing, and then also like get on here and talk about what we're doing, like in this case art deception, and just
Yeah,
you know,
and we
so I'm
yeah, we
grateful.
have to get into that because it sounds awesome. Before we do
Thank you.
that, let's talk about you a little bit. Tell me a little bit about what got you into acting, why you wanted to go into the entertainment business, filmmaking, all of that. Tough business.
It's definitely challenging. It's a business that really forces you to be the best version of you possible, though. So, because if you don't, then you're not gonna get the job or
Right.
become successful the way you want to be successful. So, at 15 years old, I was in high school, and I've always been into performing. Like I
Yeah.
did theater and just performing around the house, around friends. Since I was a little munchkin, right? 7 or 8 years old, going on class trips, like playing the air guitar, singing, but I've
Mhm.
also had a knack on in like creating, and like bringing the pieces together. So like classmates, family, friends, I would invent these games, basketball, baseball, or just flat out invent them. Just
That's
the list
awesome.
goes on with that. Either and I keep myself preoccupied creatively, I don't know, what you know what I'm saying.
Well, I
So,
just told you I get stuck on
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. So now
Creatively, I think is
yeah,
what
creatively, that's what I
yeah.
was going for. So it's either by myself or with others, and so at 15, I took my first technical acting class
Yeah.
at this, private school that I went to freshman to sophomore year. I went to public school every year, outside of that, but freshman to sophomore year, this really cool school is K through 12, and it's art driven, and it's created by it was
Nice.
created by Rudolf Steiner, and they implement a lot of the arts like theater, clay, eurythmy, choir, and stuff. So I had the opportunity to be part of this, and I took my first acting class, and it was Shakespeare. So we went through the class, and then at the end of it, I performed in front of the school, and then a lovely lady named Barbara Kahn, she was one of my teachers. She's like, "This is what you need to do." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "It's a profession. Like, this is what you need to do." So it really stuck with me,
Good for her.
and from there, yeah, and then from there, like it wasn't LA, so there wasn't a lot of like it wasn't like business oriented of like
Right.
career building of intensely like is Northern California. That's where I'm from originally, around Sacramento area. But at least I had some direction, so I stuck with it. Continued with theater classes, took some film classes, still stayed with my athletics through high school, and I said LA was calling me, so moved down to LA immediately. Right after high school, did auditions for a few months, and then I started having these ideas and stories, and like
Yeah.
say I want to make a movie. So I combine like me performing, always having a knack for that, and building characters as well as building a team. So I acted in my own project. I wrote it, I produced it, directed it, found all the locations and edited it, market it. And I wanted to create opportunities also as well, because it's awesome creating opportunities with other people, very ambitious, like-minded individuals. It makes the process even more fulfilling, and like you all learn from each other and build with each other, right? So I just caught the bug, and then so I made 17 short films, 3 feature films.
Man,
I'm in
that's a lot.
development. Yeah, I love what I do. I also do martial arts, and
What kind of martial arts you do?
Muay Thai,
Oh yeah.
boxing, and then some Kempo, Jiu-Jitsu,
Oh yeah.
and some karate.
You dabble in
Yeah,
all of them there.
yeah, and it's great. Again, that goes back to like the business is challenging,
Yeah.
and you have to be the best version of you possible. So with that, those tough times, you're like, okay, what can I do to better myself? In and that's tapping into your strengths and learning new skill sets like martial arts. You can use that in film, and plus it's a mind, body, and soul thing, right? You
Yeah.
can learn a new accent, research a new character, a new lifestyle,
I
um,
love that. There's a couple things I
a new
love about that.
instrument, whatever.
Yeah, I love that you never stop working on yourself. You know,
Yeah,
I always like throughout my life, if I was out of work, for whatever reason, job ended, I was out of work. That was the time I usually got in the best shape because
yeah,
that was the one thing I could still control while I was out there looking for a job. That's kind of out of your control. So I just work out. So those
yeah,
few times that I've been, unemployed through my life, I didn't hate it because I got in really good.
yeah.
So I love the fact that you're not wasting your time. It's, when you
Right.
have time, you learn a new skill. So I love
Yeah,
that. And I love the fact that you're creating your own opportunities because in Hollywood, that's a great way to do it. You make connections, you're establishing, the fact that you can actually perform, that you can create content. I mean, I love
oh
that.
yeah.
You're not just sitting back waiting for somebody to come to you with something. You're actually producing the
Right. Yeah, definitely not. And just right out of the gates, I feel like I could do more, right? So that's why I wanted to just and again, I've always wanted to keep the ball rolling and be creative. And you got it right on the head. As far as like if you have downtime, because I know like we go through a lot of things, right? We went through
yeah.
the writer strike. Before that was the pandemic, the
Yeah, it's been
actor
a rough
strike.
couple of years.
Yeah, yeah, and whatever you are, whatever business you do, if like if a negative happens, things happen and stuff. You have that time to to do more of what you typically haven't done and you neglected. So you figure out you write a new story, write a book, research, make another movie. I mean, there's a plethora amount of things you can do. You can take a sabbatical. You can if you have a particular like personality trait that's not working for you anymore, maybe
Right.
make an adjustment, get more organized, clean more, whatever that is, whatever personal development um, that you need to do. And but like Michael Jackson said, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look in the mirror and make the change. And you legit have to take a look in the mirror and the accountability mirror is what Jocko Willing says. And
Yeah.
take accountability. And a lot of times, people get uh dealt a bad deck of cards
Yeah.
sometimes. I
Yeah.
mean, it happens all the time, but it's how we react to it. And martial arts is really important to me too. Not only developing the skill set and it's fun and all that stuff, but a lot of it is it's how you react to it. Because in life, you're going to be dealt with a lot of things. Like we all know, we all live, we all have family, we all have friends, we all go through
Right.
circumstances, changes, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's how you react to it. So just like in martial arts, you're in there, you're sweating, you're learning these combos, you're activating your mind,
Right.
you're going through the process with a group of people. You have a great camaraderie, all on the same page, trying to be the best version of them possible. And like you're not reacting. You're not. It's how you breathe. Just like acting, your breath in life, the most important thing that you can do. And a lot of times, if you find yourself stressed out, a lot of times you just have to breathe, right? So
Right.
it all comes back to that, and it just it's 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 uh it's important, and just really understanding where you are, your presence, and working through whatever that moment is, and it's how we react to it that's going to define us as human beings,
Yeah.
or
I love
us
that.
as entities experiencing the human experience as we know right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a great way to go through life. It's very positive. You're taking control. You're making improvements on yourself, which only you can do. I
True.
love that. So, okay. So we need to talk about
100%.
Art of Deception. So tell me about it. What's the movie about? And how did it come about?
Yeah, so Art of Deception, it came about Well, what it's about is it's it's very good timing for what we've are going through now and what we've
Mhm.
gone through during the pandemic, because it's about a and I play a former military and scientist, and I'm designing this nano chip and in a virus and an antidote. And I'm in the dark, my character. I don't know exactly what the pieces are for, but I
Right.
find out the truth, and I
So
end up.
are you like the that kind of stereotypical scientist that's he's just in love with the work, so he's doing the work, but he doesn't really know what it's going to lead to?
Yeah, I would say that. And then when I do find out, I don't really like what they're doing,
Right.
which is they're creating this nano chip in a virus, and if you don't take the an antidote, if you don't take the antidote, then you die, because you have the virus. But if you do, when you do take the antidote, you get the chip embedded into your brain, creating complete mind control. And it's the bad entity of the CIA that did this. So I flee with the chip, and they kidnap my wife. They interrogate her and torture her. They discover who we really are, and I'm left with the decision that they issue a man-wide a nationwide manhunt for me, and I'm left with the decision. Ultimately, do I save the lives of billions or my wife?
Oh
And
yeah.
it has action, suspense, thriller, conspiracy,
That
um,
sounds awesome. And
a
it
love
also sounds
story.
terrifying because
So,
seems like we're in a position where that might be possible.
right, yeah, yeah, and then there's a lot of that um, that possibilities well, a lot of people think that is possible, of what I said, and it is true. And now with Elon Musk, he's implanting chips in the brain, and I'm not saying the story that I created is exactly the truth, but you never know, right?
Yeah.
And
Seems
there's
possible.
yeah, it's always possible. And then plus it gets the conversation going. It's entertainment. And but I wrote this in back in like 2014, right? And then we shot
Really?
it, yeah, between 2014 and 2018, and it's been distributing for a couple years now. So before the virus, before the the chip of Elon Musk, I mean, the movie has existed. Um,
Yeah,
and it's
you
a
were
good
out there 10 years ahead of
good
time.
movie. Yeah, it's a great movie. The production value is great. It's awesome. So now it's like, um, let's giddy up. Let's put it out there. Let's get Art of Deception out there, which I'm really excited about. And Jackie Nova and myself, both producers and lead actors. Leon Van Was from Amsterdam, and we
Yeah,
have
you have a good cast.
oh, thank you very much. Yeah, our composers lives in Italy, visual effects artists from
Nice.
from India and Egypt, and it's incredible cinema these days because we're able to, in a very streamlined process, connect with so many amazing people around the world and artists, and make a project. And it's incredible how international the business is going in filmmaking. And
Yeah.
I go to American Film Market every year. Just got back from Sundance, so I see like the floodgates are just opening, and how we connect all over the world for cinema and the love of it as it being primal. Right, we all need to be
Right.
entertained. We all need to connect with one another, and get our stories out, and it just stimulates the economy, puts a lot of money in a lot of pockets.
Oh
We take
yeah, that
that.
it's all positive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
So it's all good.
I got to go to Sundance in 2020. It's like
Oh, is that right?
we got back from Sundance and almost immediately everything shut down.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome though. It was a great
Oh
experience.
yeah, I mean, come on. Sundance, you got Main Street, you got the snow, you
Yeah.
got the mountains all over the
It's so
place.
tiny though. You know, you
Oh yeah,
expect this big thing. It's only
yeah,
a couple blocks, maybe.
yeah. It's true. And everybody just like floods in, and
Yeah.
it's one big love fest. People connecting and ambitious, and like say we're here, we're doing it. And every single person you talk to, you never know, because everybody's like really serious about it. about the craft, right? Because it takes money, it takes time to get up there and to look at the panels. I saw Jesse Eisenberg in a panel that was great in a lot of movies. The Foundation, Robert Redford, of course, starting in 1974, and for the whole purpose of independent films coming to fruition. And I also went to my dad and I went to the government, the uh, the Capitol over there in Utah. And on the fourth
Oh,
floor,
nice.
if you're in Utah, go up there, and then there's a whole museum on the fourth floor of the Capitol about the history, the last 100 years of cinema in Utah. And there's been about 600, interesting fact, there's been about $670 million that Utah has made because of 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 films, right? That
Wow.
were shot there. Like restaurants make money,
Yeah,
like,
that's
so
crazy.
it's big. And like I heard 37% of people visit Utah because their show, their favorite show, is shot there.
Yeah.
So it has a big impact, right? I mean, you got like, I mean, that 1 week, restaurants make money, waitresses,
Oh yeah,
waiters,
everybody makes
art
money out of it.
galleries, and of course the films that are made. They're who's selling to Netflix and
Yeah.
making the big deal and getting exposure,
Do you
as
think
as they should,
do
as
you
we should.
think one of the reasons so many independent films fail is because the people making them underestimate just how much of a commitment time wise it's going to take. I mean, you've basically been working on this film for 10 years.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Well, in my opinion, a film is always alive, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you make a film, whether it be like, because a lot of my films have been 2 to 5 years, right, in
Yeah.
production, and now I know, or my short films less of a time, maybe a couple months or whatever. But now I know how to streamline the process and make a film in 6 months and have it be great. But but yeah, it's a big commitment, and a lot of people going in don't know that, right? So they rush through the process, but how do you know without even doing it what the process is
Right.
fully, to be able to go through a film and all the variables and wrangling all the people and this and that, and the money is always a big concern. There's a lot of lessons along the way, a lot of challenges, and and a lot of people get burned out,
Yeah.
emotionally, physically, just drained, and
Well, especially when you don't have that big budget, you got
oh
to
yeah,
wear a lot of hats.
exactly. You have to wear a lot of hats, and you have to learn a lot of stuff, and you just cannot give up. And a lot of, it's not for the faint. and
Yeah.
and a lot of times, like, post production is not even thought about, and when it comes to budgeting.
The
um
hardest part, from what I understand, is
Yeah, yeah. So,
post production.
they get to the end, and it's like, what? All these mistakes, they have to be ironed out, and it costs more money. And then, let alone marketing, because a film, like, even though it's finished, there's distribution, there's
Oh yeah.
marketing, and it's like a product, right? It's like any business, Apple or whatever. Apple doesn't, like, not like, they don't decide to, like, say, oh, we're not going to market today, we're not going to open up our building. Every single day, any successful business, something's happening, and that's continuing with the movie. And all of this has to, in production, I mean, and then all this before. The most important part is the development phase. So,
Right.
like, actually going through the process, learning and growing and evolving, going through all the challenges, all the heartaches, exciting times, the life lessons, personally, relationships wise, um, uh, of course, logistically, all
Yeah.
that stuff, and the stamina and the passion to continue saying, "Hey, now I'm going to make another movie because I'm very excited about what I learned. Now I want to put forth, because now I have more ideas. Now I have a better
Right.
understanding. Now I know more people." Like, so, it's the passion, it's the
And
drive,
I
and
can see
tapping
where it could be
into
kind of
that.
self-motivating. You know,
Yeah. Oh, you have
as
to
you
be.
go along, it just you want to do more and more as you finish stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to be, because, like, from the very beginning of me making movies, like the thing like that I had, the biggest things I had going on for myself is passion. And everybody fed off on that and say,
Yeah.
I want to be a part of this, and
Yeah.
everybody showed up on time, ready to work, um, ready to go, and gave it their all. And a big part of my energy and commitment and passion is beyond me. It's like, yeah, there's me, but then there's every single other person
Right.
through all my projects. They believed in what I was doing, so I want to be able to have it be a success, so they can build from it also and make their lives better and their families' lives better. And I want them to be a part, every single one of them, a part of my projects, to be a part of a successful project. And a lot of people do give up. And I feel like, I mean, I have a family, a Navy background, military. Maybe there's, it's in the bloodline of honor and respect towards you have a job, you finish it, and you're committed to it for yourself and for everybody around you, saying, hey, we're going to do this. We're gonna accomplish this mission in flying colors.
Yeah, that's awesome. So where is Art of Deception now? When can we see it? Is it out there now, or is it making the festival rounds? Where's it at the moment?
Yeah, currently right now it's out there. So if you go to Tubi or Amazon Prime, those are the two of the biggest platforms.
Hmm.
And if you go to oxfilms.us, you can go there and there's links that will take
Yeah.
you to watch the films and the trailers, and you can see my 17 short films. You can see the behind the scenes making of
Oh, that's
documentary of
awesome.
Art and Deception and the red carpet at Sony and Landmark Regent Theater. And
Good for you for doing a red
it's an
carpet.
amazing thing.
Because
Oh
I
yeah,
think
it was fun.
everybody loves a little red carpet. A little chance to go and celebrate the thing they've been working on.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And
that's awesome. I think we're going to do it here in the studio, kind of a boys' night. We're going to have,
there you go.
yeah. I think this weekend we're going to get all the guys together, let the women go and do whatever they want, and we'll
Yeah.
we'll order some food. We can seat about 20 here in the studio, so I think we're gonna fill it up and watch it. I'll take you some pictures because I
Oh,
think it
I
should be
appreciate
pretty
that.
good. Yeah, I think it should
Yeah.
be pretty exciting. A bunch of guys watching an action movie that should be pretty good.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a fun watch too. And those red carpets are necessary. And I know a lot of people outside looking in is kind of like, oh, they're on the red carpets, they're, celebrating this and that. And like, God forbid some people have some good time once in a while.
I
But
know. I was like,
also,
I think
yeah,
it's
yeah,
great.
it's great.
I hate it when they say, I know we didn't get to do one. I was like, oh, that's too bad.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
put the work in. That's the reward.
Yeah, yeah, because it's important too from a standpoint of celebration of like, hey, we did it.
Yeah.
So we all through our challenges, our the hard work, the manual labor, um, the psychological, just all good, bad, and ugly times, all the above, just under one umbrella to say, hey, we did it as a celebration, kind of like morale booster, kind of
Yeah.
like, hey, we did it. It's very important. And then also like you can get good publicity from it, right? Because videographers
Yeah.
come there, photographers come there,
Get
and
some word of mouth buzz, all
word
that.
of mouth buzz. Yeah, so it's like it's big for the marketing aspect as well. And I feel like a lot of independent filmmakers, going back, circling back to your question again, um, what's not in the formula of the thought process from the development phase is it's the absolute value and importance of, well, post production, of
Yeah,
course,
of course.
but also marketing as well. Because
Marketing might be the most important part because
oh yeah,
what does it matter if you've got the best film ever if nobody sees
yeah,
it?
yeah, you're right. And then even bad movies with like great marketing campaigns, they find a home also. And
Yeah.
so marketing is so important. So I encourage though for like all the actors, crew, if you're in a movie, like take some pride, that you were in a movie,
Yeah.
and market it, expose it, be proud about it, get it out there, and then plus it's helping you. also.
Right.
Like you're in it, and if everybody does that, and it just the amount of success that it could have, because we all know people, we all have a network of people, so it's just like get it out there, just
Right.
market, talk about it, and when that happens, it's an army. It really is, because if you don't have a multi-million-dollar marketing campaign, that's what you're up against.
Right.
So it's like
Right.
if it'll create more opportunities for you, for the actor or crew member, if that movie does well, like you're gonna do well. You're gonna be a
Yeah.
success.
Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, we run into a little of that on the podcast side. We're up against podcasts with monster budgets that big
Yeah,
studios are funding, and we're just a father and son team, kind of doing it on our own. But if you're
right.
consistent and you put it out there, you can do just fine. You don't have to have that. It makes it a little easier, but you don't have to have that big budget.
That's true. That's true. Nobody be discouraged if you don't have a big budget. Like I've made many movies with like no money, right? Like I started doing it right out of high school before it was like the trend, before it was the
Yeah.
cool thing to do. And it's it's very fulfilling, and just do it. And if you have an idea, go through the process and learn, and figure it out with some really great other people too that are willing to be um, on your
Yeah, it's
side
a
and go
key
through
to
the process
network.
also.
Yeah, you got to network, and especially like from your side of it, you're
Hmm.
working with actors and stuff, but you're also making those connections. You may want to work with them again for another project.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, market or a network like crazy. Go to the Directors Guild of America screenings and
Yeah,
functions, PGA, WGA, Sundance Film Festivals, like as many film festivals as you can, in different like industry events. And because like if somebody, just because there's a lot of great people out there doing great things, like if they're not directly in the business, and chances are they know somebody who is in the business, because it's the film process itself, making a movie, it encompasses all trades. That's one of the beautiful things about the film industry, right? You got directors, you got producers, you got accountants, you got construction workers, you have makeup artists,
yeah,
you have lawyers, like real military, real MMA boxers, and just you name it. And
yeah.
with that, it has different experiences, a lot of different knowledge, and just all background. So coming under one roof to make this movie.
Yeah.
So
Do you
it's
have
cool.
a preference? Do you prefer to be in front of the camera or behind the camera?
I'm an actor first and foremost.
Yeah, I figured, but sometimes it's
Yeah.
it's not that way. Some prefer the behind the camera stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a passion for front and back of
Yeah,
the camera for sure, because I just love the whole overall process. But there's a lot of things that I haven't, that going into filmmaking I didn't know I need to know.
right.
But you're up against these
You didn't
challenges,
know
these
what you didn't
things.
know.
Yeah, and then like, but you're up against it. You have a commitment and a desire to complete the process and do another one and another one. Like you find the passion and discipline to figure it out. And the next thing you know, you're up against that. Now you know how to plan better, and the process is more smoother.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's terrific. And Richard, thank you so much. This is
well,
it's
what was
been
it? What was your original question though on that?
the I was just asking you if you preferred working in front or behind the camera.
Oh yeah, yeah. So acting, yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
I also have a love for producing as well, bringing the pieces together as well. But that's
You
um
seem like you're like
and
crazy busy. That's a lot.
yeah, yeah. I've yeah, I'm busy. I keep myself active,
Yeah.
and I always just keep the ball rolling. And if I'm not working on set, or I'm out there, I'm working out. I'm writing. I'm
Yeah, you're just making it happen.
yeah, developing, just out there and networking and doing fun things, just being
Yeah.
grateful for what we have the ability to do.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, you have to come back. You'll have to come back and kind of give us an update on how things are going because it sounds awesome. I can't wait to watch the movie. I'll definitely send you some pictures so you can kind of see the group and see how we're reacting and stuff. But
Oh,
sounds
that's awesome.
terrific. Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
So a couple things though before we wrap up. Anything else that you're working on that we can kind of keep an eye out for?
Yeah. So I want to say a couple things.
Mhm.
So I just, but well, I'll answer your question. Um, I just recently found out that Idris Alba actually was a
Oh,
rapper actor, and so I also rap as well. I've been doing
okay.
that since like 10 years old, and I have some music out there as well. I've done some performances as well. So
That's
check out
awesome.
and I'm in the process of being in the studio more to produce more music. But I'm like,
Do you play an instrument as well, or is it just about the rapping?
no, well, it's just about the rapping, but I also like to produce the beats as well. I don't necessarily
Oh, good. Yeah.
play an instrument, but like I work hand in hand with the people that do
Yeah.
uh create the music
Yeah, I had
and
no
mix
idea.
it out.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But
where
like
can we find your music?
it's on my YouTube page, Richard Ryan, and then on Spotify, and I'm looking to do some more marketing on that as well. But Ibris, let's collaborate. It's only right. We're both actors and rappers, rapper actors. But also, funny story. My first feature film, Fortune 500 Man. My co-star is Mark Rhino Smith, who's a gladiator, who's
Oh,
really
yeah.
good friends with Idris Alba.
Well, let's
So
get him
it's
working,
in the
and
family.
we're putting it out there. We're
We're
gonna put
putting it
that
out there.
energy
We're
out
putting it
there,
out there.
and
So Idris
maybe he
Alba.
responds. I'd be there for that. If the two of you are on a rap
Oh yeah,
song, I'd be there for that.
it's only a matter of time. So we might as well just get it started right now, right? And then I also saw though that which really fired me up. Leonardo DiCaprio during his birthday party, he was rapping too. So hey,
No
Leo,
way.
let's go. Let's get in the booth.
We
Let's
need all
rock and
three
roll.
of you.
Yeah, yeah. And then I actually my company is actually approaching Plan B, Brad Pitt's um production company
Yeah.
in talks of Fight Club 2. So
Really?
Brad Pitt, David Fincher, let's go. Fight Club 2. Everybody wants it.
Everybody wants that movie.
Of
I
course,
agree
I'm
with
gonna be
that.
in it.
Yeah, of
But
course.
of course. And then Conor McGregor, let's train. Let's train. I love martial arts, always have.
Connor
I was
got called out the other night. Do you see that?
How did he get called out?
Well, nothing too bad. It's the
Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name. The guy that just won the featherweight championship Saturday night. That's
Uh-huh.
he wants to fight Connor, so he was calling him
Oh,
out.
he wants to fight him for real?
He wants to fight him. Yeah.
That's wild. I have nothing but
I was
respect.
like, I would rap with Connor or do a movie with Connor.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
not fight Connor.
Well, congratulations. Yeah, oh, totally, totally. And congratulations on Roadhouse, by the way. Conor McGregor is doing some acting as well with Jake
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal. But
Excited
yeah,
for that one.
acting
Roadhouse.
too. Yeah, yeah, Roadhouse. I would love to train with you, Conor McGregor. I have the uppermost respect for you, and we're both Irish as well. And
I
then,
think that's one we could make happen.
yeah, yeah, why not?
Why not? I love just put it out there
Put it out there. Let's go.
because you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure Conor McGregor will rap. Who doesn't want to hear Conor McGregor rapping also? We train, we go in the studio. Leonardo DiCaprio's there, Idris Alba, the dream
That
team.
that's an album that I would buy. Sight
Exactly.
unheard, or how
You
it's
heard it from
sound
the people.
unheard.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
do.
then Tarantino's making a new movie. Tarantino, you're my favorite director. Let's go. I would love for you to be my director. You can be my director anytime.
That's right. That's right. No, so Richard, last thing before we wrap up, where can we find you, and where can we find Art of Deception on social media?
Yeah, Art of Deception can be found on Tubi and Amazon Prime. And my social media is Richard Ryan 7. Feel free to follow me. Say hello. I'll say hello back. And Art of Deception, the movie. That's my Instagram page, and Ox Films Entertainment. And Yeah, I'm very grateful overall to just be a part of this wonderful business and industry. It teaches me a lot about life and people, and it just really forces you to grow, and learning from so many amazing, just humble individuals with full of tenacity and ambition. It's an incredible thing, and you learn a lot.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
uh,
man, and I think what you're doing is impressive. You know, I love how positive you are. You're driven. I can't wait to see what you have coming up. This has been awesome. So thank you, and please let's do it again at some point.
yeah, I'm definitely open to do it again. And everybody, if you have a dream, you have a thought, go for it. Follow your instinct, follow your gut. Be bold. Lead with having a good attitude and gratitude that leads to excellence. And put good things in your body. You know,
Right.
carrot juice, celery juice. Eat clean, get your sleep. Exercise, treat yourself well, and let the good times roll.
That's right. That's right. All right, Richard, hold on 1 second. Richard Ryan, what a talented, positive guy. I really enjoyed that. The movie is Art of Deception. Let's help this guy out. He's out there busting his butt, doing everything he can to make this movie. It's out there. You can watch it on Tubi and Amazon. Please, take a minute, check it out, give him your support. I think we're going to be hearing a lot from Richard going forward. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. Hope you enjoyed that. Our website is meistercon.com. You can get all 740 or so episodes, audio and video there. Our YouTube channel is MeisterCon Pod. So if you go there, please subscribe. That helps us out. It's free. Thank you guys so much. Until next time. Bye, everybody. Hi, everybody. I'm once again here to ask for your support. It's been a big year for the Two Opinionated podcast. Back in February, we got to live out a dream, moderate for William Shatner here in our hometown. In May, we passed 100,000 downloads on our YouTube channel, and we followed that up in June with 50,000 downloads on the audio side. We recently posted our 600th episode, which is pretty good volume for just a father and son operation. Not too many podcasts can keep that volume up. We've been doing this now for 4.5 years, 600 plus episodes. We recently hit 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, which is a really big deal for us because we've always gotten the views, but have struggled to get people to subscribe. So that 1,000 was a big deal for us. And best of all, we were recently named one of the top podcasts on IMDb, which is the entertainment database. Those that are ahead of us, we came in at number 82. Those that are ahead of us are bigger companies like Disney, mostly Marvel, and Joe Rogan, that type of podcast. So for us, being just a small West Virginia father and son podcast, to be in the top 100 out of 15 million, it's a pretty big deal for us. So thank you for everything you've done for us so far. Got a couple little ways, though, that you can help us, and they're free, and they're really easy. If you haven't checked out our YouTube channel yet, please go to YouTube. It's under MeisterCon Pod. Just hit subscribe. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. Really helps us a ton. And maybe even more important, if you could go to IMDb, imdb.com, look up the Two Opinionated podcast, and just look around the page. Just having that traffic on the page really helps us out. So that's a couple easy ways that you can support us, even if you're not listening or watching all of the time. And we want you to listen and watch, because I think that our guest list, I would put up against anybody, any other show, podcast, anybody out there. I think our guest list holds up. So please check us out. You probably will find somebody that you like, or maybe somebody that you didn't know you liked, but kind of discovered them on there. There's tons of that. If you're into music, we have that too. If you like books, we've got authors on there. If you're more into what goes on behind the scenes in the entertainment world, We've got producers, directors, video artists, anything you can think of that happens behind the scenes. We've had them on the show. So definitely check us out. Thank you guys so much. Until next time. Bye, everybody.